Welcome to the Seven Crosses series for Workers and Resources Soviet Republic, and we're picking up on the 12th of June 1975, which is quite a considerable time on from the end of the last video, and I'll explain the reason why I've jumped so far forward in a little while. But first things first, as usual, a big thank you for your comments and feedback. You guys give me so much to think about. Now, I did get one comment about the mod for the customs shed house here, and I have subscribed to it and I have tried using it in the past, but it's always had a few problems. Based on the suggestion, I did go and take another look, but what I actually found on there was a comment that the mod didn't seem to be compatible with the new update, due for reasons which I'll explain in a little while. That's the reason why I've decided not to implement the mod. But what I will say is I really wish the devs would sort this problem out, because if you look carefully you will see that the big problem is that only one vehicle can move in here. So you can see, so you get a vehicle move in and then another vehicle moves out, but the next vehicle can't move back in again until this one has left the customs shed. And I think this is something that the devs do need to work on, because somebody did suggest about putting another road in, but you can see I've got two roads here, but it always queues up on one and you always get the one moving. In fact, it just kind of speed the game up a little bit. You can see until this one leaves, this one can't come in, and then this one will sit here, and then this one was probably ready to go, but he couldn't go until this one. There is this distinct problem with custom offices that which hope the devs will fix. Now, they have fixed the situation with vehicles being able to move in and out of farms like this, and I do half hope that maybe they've done the same for the customs offices. But the only problem is that the fix only applies if you knock buildings down and rebuild them, which does means there is a consequence with respect to, say, running through with an existing series. Now, the next comment I got related to someone suggested selling the fabric, and I actually did a quick check based on their suggestion. You can see that this fabric factory produces 0.75 tons of fabric, and so does this one. So we got an overall supply of 1.5 tons of fabric per day, but these only consume 0.4. So I've got a surplus here which keeps this full. So what I'm thinking going forward is possibly putting a closed factory in over here to take advantage of that surplus. But what I also would like to do, because I would put actually a vanilla closed factory in here. You can see this requires 2.4 tons of fabric. So what I'm considering is possibly putting another fabric factory in over here, and then using that to drive a full-size clothing factory here, but then pulling the surplus from here using a distribution office. And then hopefully what I might be able to do then is move all the clothes production to the actual vanilla factory. But we're going to come back to that later on. And another comment related to the rail tracks and getting it finished, and we are making good progress, but at the moment I'm still quite happy to let the construction train wander around doing his own thing. And what I want to do is build out to here and also complete this line here and this line here. But I've got a problem over here, because I've allocated this to the construction train, but he just won't come up here. So what I'm going to do is actually change this. So we're going to knock this down, and we're going to, and I think this might actually be a bit more efficient as well if I do it this way. I think we're just going to go straight for electrification here actually. And what I'm going to do is going to come up like that. Actually, no, we're not going to do it electrified. So I'm having to do it in sections. And we're going to come through here to there. Going to run up here. Oh, cancel again. And I think we're coming to that one there. And then we're put a crossover here. And I do wonder I just put a little bit of track out like that. And what that will do is give me a connection to the depot here for the train. Now, the other thing you'll also notice is I spent a lot of money, and that was because I've actually fully equipped my construction office up here with various vehicles, and I've also pulled a few vehicles out of here, put into this area, so that we can actually get this meat production area up and running. Now, another comment I got was somebody said about that I've got a bit too much of an obsession with the getting all the crops into my warehouse. And I think this is due to creating economies pre to the seasons update, because you had this continuous cycle of raising crops. I think you could get 3 harvests a year, I think, at one point, if you got things set up properly. So there was always this need to make sure you had plenty of capacity to ensure that you could always keep the supply going continuously. And I still think I need to kind of shake that problem off at the moment. Now, the next thing I want to talk about is occasionally I get comments, people saying, "Oh, you're not min-maxing and you play very slow, and I should be playing faster." Now, there is a reason for that. Is one, that generally in life now I tend to be very chilled out. I used to work in a very high stress job, and I eventually just ditched it because it was just making me ill. The other reason is that when I used to play City Skylines and Transport Fever 2, I did play in a very min-max way. But what that resulted in is the fact that every time I played, I would always end up with a city that looked very much the same as the one I did before. And that broke the immersion for the game. And eventually, I just can't play them anymore. I can't play City Skylines, I can't play Transport Fever, because I lost the interest. Now, with Workers and Resources, I really want to play this game for a long time, because I think this game has got a really fantastic future. And I think it will go way past the actual release date when it becomes a full release, because there's just so many different ways this game can go. And this is the reason why I'm playing more at my own pace and playing slower, looking at different mechanics, because I just want to be able to enjoy this game for a very long, don't want to burn out. So that's the reason why I play the way I do, and the way I like to experiment with different things and make mistakes. And the one way to look at it is I make mistakes that help you guys understand the mechanics so that you don't make the mistakes. That out of the way, let's get down to the reason why I've actually pushed the date so far forward. The reason for that is that this is going to be the last part where I'm going to be playing on the current release. In the next part, we are going to be moving to the new update, even if it's not officially released. The reason for that is not so much to do with this series, it's to do with the Four Corners series. Historically, I'm getting to the point where I need to introduce the Communist Party to that series. And I don't want to run on 2 different versions, because that would drive me completely crazy. Other reason is that I want to go to the new loyalty mechanic with this series first, so I can get a feel for how it works, because this economy is a bit more robust than the one in the Four Corners series, if that makes sense. So I want to play at least one part on the new loyalty mechanic, get a feel for it before I actually make the Four Corners move. And I suppose I better talk a little bit about what I'm planning. Is that once we've got all the track laid in, and I would like to get this built up, and what I'm thinking is to have 2 trains. One actually bringing in the iron ore and exporting coal, and possibly another one bringing coal down to here, and hopefully we'll get this built up with all these sections here, because the idea is that if I can bring coal down here and store it into this small aggregate store here, that will shorten the distance from shipping the coal up to this steel mill. So that's the idea in this area. And again, we're just going to scoot up to over here just to show you what we've got going on here. As you can see, we're really making a lot of progress now with this other construction office up here. We've also got a gas station here, which is providing fuel. And you can see where we've got the initial warehouse set up, which is going to take the crops. We are working on the livestock farm here. So actually what I would like to do is, I don't think these guys have got I don't think there's anything spare here at the moment, is it? So what we're going to need is a distribution office over here, and I've actually got this one here, which is going to bring the crops from this silo here over to this warehouse here, and then what that will feed it. And also, once this slaughterhouse is finished, what I'm going to do is start moving the crops, because I've still got a feel I might have a problem here. There are no livestock in here, but that could be down to workers. But you can see here at the moment we've already got kind of both areas completely full, and then of course once this is finished, we're going to move all the cattle out of here, and hopefully what that will do is free up some space here for some other projects. Now over here, actually I've just noticed that I just want to check my road crew. What I'm trying to do at the moment is keep the road crew fairly local, so that we can, I think I can build this in. Actually, what other road are you working on? I think this one is 540 is actually up here. For some reason it's taken quite a long way to, I know I've got to bring a lot of concrete out here, but it's taken a long time to build these bridges. So it means I can also put in another little bit of road here. I would like to possibly put in this bit here, and because it's a bit short, we'll put the Como main construction on here as well. Now over here we are making some progress. One thing I did forget as usual was that I needed to put some power lines in to here, and I can't remember, is there a power line here? I think I've actually gone underground here. Let me just check. Put the Colville main construction onto there now, and we'll just come out here, and we're going to need Colville main construction on here as well. And I think is this being built? Nope. We need to get Colville main construction onto there as well. There's no point having all this down here. You can see we've already got workers in here, but we got no food. So what we're going, now this is finished. Oops, still on that. It is delivery, isn't it? Yep. I think this is the one that delivers food out to here. Colville big warehouse. I think for the moment what we'll do is we'll just add you there. What we'll do is we'll add that. We'll put that to 50% at the moment. Actually, we can go to the full 90 actually. But what I am going to do is knock out the workforce from here. Well, I suppose we can keep pretend these guys have got jobs, even if they haven't got jobs. Of course, no one's going to come in here because there's nothing for them to sell. I think what I might need to do is I've got quite a lot of crops in here, or food and clothes in here. What I might do eventually is, well, especially once this rail line's made, we'll actually distribute the food and clothes to here, and we'll use this as an intermediate warehouse. Generally over here, this is now ready to go. We just need, what we need now is the train to come up here. But to do that, I need to lay in this track here. You can see we're actually starting to build this connection here as well. And then what we need to do is just push out this way. And I'm hoping that, so what I'm probably going to do is buy the cheapest train, you can see, which is about 1 million. And then we're going to need some cargo carriers here. What can we get? We're going to need, don't need these. I'm kind of thinking these are 54. and they're capable of 100 kilometers an hour, but they're 161,000 each. This is 54. I'm just looking quickly through 55, but these are only 80 kilometers. Of course, the default one is 60, but you never get the speed on the default one, so I'm not sure whether that's would be 100 kilometers as well. So our first train is going to be one with probably about 5 hoppers on it, which I think would give me, what, 5 6s, 6 5s are 30, which would give me about a 300-ton carry capacity for the train, which I think would be pretty good actually if we can bring 300 tons up to here. And of course, when that actually happens, is we're going to have to restructure all this area here quite extensively. I mean, we got this here, 950 tons in, and of course we got, I mean, I'd like to export bricks, but bricks itself isn't particularly that high a priority at the moment. And of course, what I want also is in here to sort of make sure, I think what we'll do is we'll add Nakoma on here. Now, if you're wondering why I'm kind of rushing around filling all these jobs in, because what I want to do is try and get some of these jobs done before we actually go to the update, because of course once the new update comes in, we're going to have to build secret police offices and other things as well, which is going to be a bit of an issue. So what I'm looking to do is get my money up to around 2 million plus, and I think if we can do that, I think life will be not too bad. Famous last words. Let's get this built. See, we're actually harvesting through here quite nicely now, because we got the extra capacity here. You should be able to get all these lovely crops into here pretty quickly. Wow, it's like our road crew is absolutely flying at the moment. He's got 87%. Because what I would like to do is just keep filling in some of these areas here, you know, little bits like this here, so that we got cohesive road. So I think we're filling that bit there. Can't block that bit off. There's another thing I would like to do is actually come out here. In fact, we got a bit of a kind of a mud road round there, so I think we're shout that way as well, and then the guys can whip round there over to here, because another thing I would like to do is actually asphalt these roads before we bring these online, because eventually we're going to need to fully develop this area for our gravel export. Give an update of what's going on over here. Is looks like, oh wow, they've actually finished it. Okay. Because I want this road crew to keep pushing out. I'm gonna push you out there. I know these guys are going out further and further and further. I'm quite happy with this, because this is what the purpose of this road crew actually is to just keep building these roads out as far as they will go. And I mean, ideally I would like to get all the way to the border and all the way up to here, but and another thing I'm thinking, and now I know in the last part I said I wanted to plan the new towns, but at the moment I'd just like to get everything together within my existing towns and sort out the loyalty before we start pushing out, because we're going to need to build these security things, also possibly an orphanage. I think what I can do though is possibly plan clothes factory. Sorry, my brain faded a little bit there. I am inclined to, let me just see if we can put another fabric factory in, so that we can get, where's the fabric factory? There it is. There's one thing, see, I can slip a little fabric factory right in here, like that. And then what I'm working on is possibly storage. So we're looking for, I mean, I don't want to store vast amounts of fabric because I want to get the whole process into equilibrium. It's a silo. Let's just go back here. What we got here? So we got a small rural brick type factory here. And what I'm kind of like the idea of is that if I can get something like that, and then can take a road through to there like that, and then thinking of is, that's a bit big, isn't it? And then we'll put a cargo station in here. We'll have to fall back on my kind of favorite, actually. That's not going to work, is it? Let me just I think we're actually put the clothing factory in, because I'm realized I'm squeezing up against those power lines. So we can just get the clothing factory in about there, like that. We got the warehouse there, which we can deliver to from this side, and then if we can split the difference with the warehouse with respect to the fabric coming in and the clothes going out. I'm just gonna have one go to see if I can sneak in a really small. Wow, can I get that in there? No, it won't connect, will it? What was this again? This was a rural store. What's the storage capacity on this? Storage, I think that should be more than enough to be able to deal with the situation, because if we can. And what I have to do is just use vehicles to move the stuff around a little bit. I need to put, this is going to be a small one, so we're going to need to put this in here. What I will need here is a small distribution office. So we might as well put that in while we're at it as well. Distribution office. I think we're going to put a 7 in here. Although these are the ones that are a bit broken, aren't they? What we got here? Never built this one. Let's have a look at this one. It says it's got 8. I think maybe we'll put an 8 in here. Like that. And hopefully this clothing factory will remain in walking distance from these workers here. We could probably put a footpath around the back here, encourage them to walk down from here and here. So I think that gives me a long-term clothing production. And what we're going to do now is just skate over to here. Yeah. So we're getting food and clothes in here. We're actually getting shoppers and we've got no power. That's interesting. Hopefully that will improve the overall situation here with respect to food and clothes. I think I actually put the distribution office directly onto here, but I don't think it's a problem. Wow, we got 3 unloading slots here. I didn't really need to build this, but it's okay. Eventually we might need it. We just need to get the power into this area so that it kind of gets things working together quite nicely. Up here, the other thing I also did is I actually filled in all the extra covered holes. I realised I was short on covered holes up here. Always a bit worried about why these guys always think they're just waiting for these to finish, aren't they? Yeah. Yeah, food bill 90%. Crop fuel, farmland crop fuel. What on earth is that? Where are you? You're actually delivering directly to there. Then again, you've got loads of unloading slots here, so it doesn't make that much difference. These are really big warehouses with lots and lots of unloading. Here you can see you can get, with all the different trucks coming in, I think we'll be okay with that. And hopefully we will be able to get this harvested, although to be honest, it probably is a bit over capacity with respect to the fact of the harvesters I've currently got. We've now got this guy here. I think at the moment, I don't think you're actually piling up that much. You're finished. Yeah, I think we're doing okay. Looks like we actually might be making some progress here. It's just taking a long time to get everything set up. I've also got the fire station up here and fully manned as well, which is going to give us the protection in this area as well, which I'm hoping is going to work. I think overall things are going pretty good. The one thing we've got left to sort out is the railway here. What is, and these guys are pushing out here now. So I don't want to build the tunnels. What I want to do is get up one track part, these bits of track built, so that once we're ready to go, we can put all this in here. I think what I will do is we're just going to add these onto here as well. We need this to get our train working. And then of course what we're going to need to do is electrify the whole lot, which is going to be fun. We're going to get there. This is set up, this is set up, so all the building side on this now is ready to go. We just need the tracks laid now and the money of course to build the trains. Right, you've actually just got unfinished heating pipes here. Okay, wow. I think what we're going to do is I'd like to get, well, what do we get here? We don't need that just yet. I think what I'd like to do now is start get this link built as well. At the moment, well, I was just going to let them focus on that and getting the heating pipe ready for winter. I don't think there's, again, it's a bit difficult to see. Yeah, we're nearly there. We just need another 58 tons of steel. And we've got power now, so this is actually fully powered up and everybody's happy. And how many? We got 702 over 21s. I could plan some more accommodation here now we've got this built. In fact, I'm kind of thinking possibly, I don't want to come too far this way, but what I would like to do is have, because this is an indoor pool. Actually, how's the school going? Students in classroom. We're probably starting to get maxed out, and we got students waiting for a professor. So what we're going to need here is another university. In fact, I'm probably thinking, just come here, university. I always fall back on my favourite one. It's the jolly old Lenin University. We got a downtown university, House of the Soviets. Wow, imagine how big this is. Yeah, It could take 101 tons of steel. How big's this? Should we ring the changes a little bit? Actually, you've got a university there. I think if we put a university on this corner here, because it's in range of the heating, we can get a university there. And then put some more accommodation in here. I don't really want to use roads. I like the footpaths. And what we got here. It's big. We could put it in like that. And have a... Trouble is, do I really need to work for that amount of people? Would it be better to have buildings that are more in scale with 75 workers, 50 workers? I mean, I'm really looking forward to the new updates so that we can actually sort these by size. I think what we will do is we'll get some kind of change the style a little bit here, and I think if we put in, we could probably get one that side, turn you round this way like that, and possibly have you just like that. And then what we can do is run a path literally all the way behind like that, and then I can kind of split it like that, and then eventually we'll have a footpath through here like that. Yeah, I think that will work, so we're just going to accept that. Just snag you on here, put Colville main construction on that just as a support. What we'll probably do is over here is have another row of blocks, but they won't come out too far because we've got to watch the pollution. In fact, let's just have a look at the pollution. Pollution seems to be okay at the moment, because that also would be close to that bus stop there, wouldn't it? So if we can hook that through to there like that. And what that will mean is that people will have two choices of where to actually do their shopping and their leisure. And then what we can do eventually is put a school out here, a bigger school, or possibly on this side. Actually, let me just I'm just going to extend this road out. I think how far out? We've got rail tracks there. I'm just going to push this road out that far like that, so that we can start putting together a school. In fact, what we could have is a downtown area here to match this, because we got the heating plant in the middle, which is a bit, and then we got the People's Theatre, we got the pool. We can actually, how's the kindergarten going actually? I can find it. There's I think the kindergarten's over here actually. Athletics club. I'm sure there's a kindergarten. Let me just see if I can find it. List of buildings, kindergartens. So we got that one there. Whoops, no. Where is it? Got that. That's it there. So you're nearly full. And we got that one there. So we're going to need a kindergarten as well out here. In fact, I think I will plan the kindergarten while we're thinking about it. And there's me saying that, well, I'm not going to build anything else. Instinct is to use this space here. But is there anything? This is 216. This is 210. Here, anything? Actually, we can just, I think, just tuck this in here like that, so it kind of fits with the area. Because of course, the other thing we're also going to need to do is consider a place for statues and other bits and pieces as well. In fact, I think we're going to knock that down. It's what we're going to need to do is put in things like this eventually here to work for our loyalty. Let me just scoot over here. How are you going? You've still got quite a lot of stuff to do. I'd really like you to get this finished. Actually, how's the steel production going? Because somebody did say about balancing my trucks, and the reason I haven't really gone all out for it is simply that I'm kind of gambling that once the trains are running, I should be able to get it a bit more balanced, because we should be able to reduce these queues here, because we won't be exporting the coal by truck. In fact, we're probably going to end up with quite a big surplus of dumper trucks. So we're going to have to kind of try and put them somewhere. My road crew is really smoking at the moment, isn't he? What are you working on now? Okay, you're back to here. Okay, let's just give you some more jobs. I think I'd rather work on the bigger jobs. Actually, no, let's just fill that bit in there. But again, we'll have to allocate these guys here. That might be a bit too short. Now, one thing that has occurred to me is in Community Report 36, they talked about reducing the road lengths for linking to 5 meters. And I'm wondering whether that may actually also affect the construction vehicles. I'm just trying to find, I think we can put in a little bit of road there as well, which should be, and we can just keep filling this in. Of course, we got the Lenin University open here. In fact, we've actually got kind of, I think we're going to do some research now, because we need the research for, this is engineering, isn't it? And this one requires, I think that's semiconductors. Is it chemicals? Just go to, yeah, we need chemicals to get the chemical industry up and running. So I need to start working on that research as well. So again, we're doing pretty well here. Just had a fire. Once this bridge is built, what we're going to do is push the road construction crews out here, because one thing I do really want to do is start connecting up the 7 crosses, because that is meant to be the objective of this series. See how things are going. I think we can sneak in a path to there, to there. All these guys are really cooking. Swap you into there like that, and accept that. Again, what we're going to need to do here is use these guys are going to need an assist on these 3. Like that. How many jobs have you got left now? It's mainly footpaths, so I think university. I think we'll build the kindergarten, because that shouldn't take that much in the way of resources. Yeah, it's only 11 tons of steel. I think we can come back to the university later on. But I think that gets this construction office pretty close to being able to support the building of the secret police things. This is coming together quite nicely. And so if we can get this connected to here, that means I can then drop I can use this office here for other purposes, possibly moving quite, well, something. What are we doing here? How's the rail crew going? Right, so this guy is nearly out to here. Now, the reason I'm building past the crossovers is that what we're going to have to do is put in these double semaphores. What is a double semaphore when it's at home? Oh, they rechange. No, that's mixed. What is a double semaphore? Anyway, we'll sort that out because we need the... So what we're going to do is signal everything up one way, and then past here, the construction train will be able to work here, build the tunnels, and then what I'll be doing is pushing out this way. I'm still kind of 2 mines in this area. In fact, I'm kind of thinking knocking this down and possibly putting in a general distribution office here for food, because this factory is working pretty efficiently. And I'm wondering whether I can use that, then I can then use a train once this bit of track's built to deliver the food and clothes and stuff out to here. Yeah, I think I'm gonna knock it down actually. I think it's just what's in so we're just gonna knock all this down here. Remove the track as well. Actually, just sometimes it's a bit quicker to do it with the bulldozer when you've got lots of little bits of track, and then just take out these bits here. Of course, what we're going to have to do is take out the roads as well. I kind of wasted a little bit of effort building this up here, and what that does is that clears this area out for potential development later on, should I need it. The other option is that I could put another field in here and push this farm even further. Right, on the 27th of October, we've got lots and lots of storage in here. Things are going really well. And we've still got the capacity for that. And let's see how well these guys are going. We've got 2,000 odd in here. We're still not getting out here with the combines. Let me just see. Starting to wonder whether it might pay to have a second farm here, say possibly out here. I mean, it doesn't need to be full-size Foodville farm, but we could put a farm out here because we could put some more fields out here. That would be an option for the future. And then what we could do is have a second farm out here, bring in more fields over here, because we could probably get 1, possibly 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We could probably get another 6 large big fields out here. So what we could have is the 2 farms driving, and then that would also mean that we'd be able a crop source here, especially if we built a silo in this area, because we can deliver there, and we can then have another silo which will then drive even more crops into this area. In fact, there's a possible option that we could get another livestock farm in here, although we got 2 livestock farms in here already. How are we doing here? Why am I building all these buildings? We'll make, oh, he's put them up as a, okay. Cancel. Actually, no. Foodville main construction. I think we're just going to cancel that one as well. Yeah, I just want to check Foodville. Are you on auto detect? Oh, you're on auto detect for everything. Okay. Take you off auto detect for buildings. You can leave roads, footpaths, factory connections, conveyors, electrical wiring. Got caught out there. Yeah, he's built this second building as well. Let's have a look at the over 21s then. We've got no over 21s in here. Of course, one thing we are going to need to pay attention to is the fact that when the new update comes in, we're going to have to make sure set these buildings so that people can move in, especially when we're actually expanding into other areas. So let's just have here on the 14th of November, let's do a crop check. And I know I'm obsessed with this, but wow. Well, these guys are doing really well. We've cleared this entire area, and we've now got this whole area full of crops. The problem is definitely up here. Yeah, I'm virtually 100% certain I'm going to need another farm up here, because, and then we'll have a second farm here, or possibly about here, and then we'll put some extra fields in, and then we'll have a combined farm up here as well. I think that will work. And I've just realized that I'm starting to go over long on the video again, so we're just going to have a quick Skype round and see what's going on, where we're making progress. So we're going forward here, and we've got this coming together really nicely. Just check our construction office here. I don't want you overloaded. We're just going to give you one building at a time for the moment. Right, we got, going to put some footpath connections in here. Certainly going to give you a back door there, and possibly another one to there. And we put this footpath to, now we're going to leave this footpath alone for the moment, and we're going to put that in there. Anything else that we could probably put that to there, and oops, nearly pressed auto build there. What we'll do is just fill in these footpaths, leave this space for memorial and statues. Just want to check how far off is this pipeline. Very close, but we may not get any heating into this area this winter, which could be a bit of an issue, because I'm not convinced so this building may be struggling a little bit, plus the fact we're going to have everybody in the cold out here. So maybe we do need to let this construction office catch up. I want to check here and here. Oh yeah, and the other thing also is we got our conveyors in here now, so we don't need trucks delivering to these buildings here. We've got plenty of bitumen, which eventually we might be able to start to export. Over here, everything is pretty good. Let me just check our... Got distribution offices going here. We got overall construction on here, so we're going to need to catch up with this as well. And it's starting to snow. Not sure why. Oh, this is the underground pipe to over here, isn't it? Sorry about that. This is not being built. I think seeing Foodville main construction was so eager. I think we're going to need some technical services out here as well. In fact, I've got two sets of technical services out here. Technical services there, technical services there. So we don't need this. That can go. Just trim that out so to avoid confusion. Oh, I need this built as well. What's up here? You've got no... Oh, I was building this road here, so what we need is this road built here. Yep, got about that. Edge road crew can get out here and just fill that bit in. And we got the office here. Yeah, still working on this lot, which is, I'm quite happy with that. And we're going to lose these here. So this is where I'm going to leave it. what I'm going to do is play right through until the end of February, so that when we come in the next part, which will be on the new update, we'll have a nice open green area for me to be able to plan our secret police and various other bits to do with loyalty. So until next time, whatever you do, enjoy your gaming.